Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Zane, better known as the King Bahamut, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy I. We have come a long way throughout the course of our adventure, but here in the depths of the past Temple of Fiends, it is time for us to face down our ultimate enemy. And if we go through this door, turns out it's Garland? Talk to him. Remember me, Garland? Your puny lot thought it had defeated me, but the four fiends sent me back 2,000 years into the past. From here I sent the four fiends to the future. The fiends will send me back to here, and the time loop will go on. After 2,000 years, I will be forgotten, and the time loop will close. I will live forever, and you shall meet your doom. This is Chaos. Big old, ugly-looking devil monster who, despite being the final boss, still plays the regular enemy encounter music. He has 2,000 HP and some very nasty attacks. I believe he has I think the Quake spell. He has all of the level 3 elemental magic attacks. And he has, yep, you see Ice 3 there. And he has a unique ability called Crack, which I think is a party-wide instant death spell, which its usefulness will depend, but he is definitely a final boss. I can say that much. But honestly, compared to everything that you had to go through to get to him, he's not that bad, honestly. So let's just pelt him with Fade and Nuke and our most powerful physical attacks. And let's see if we can't get this chaos under control. Yep. There's the Masamune that my character has. I think he did as much damage, or maybe even a little bit more, compared to what Brian did. And I think that's the last charge of the Nuke and Fade spells that my mages have. I don't know if Chaos has like a set pattern of attacks he does. But he does, like, you are seeing that he has some pretty nasty moves, so be aware of that, Alright, one last charge Nuke. Risa heals everybody up. So that we can continue fighting. I will say that this is one heck of a badass looking boss. Oh, and he's using the slow spell. And 180 damage from Nuke, which is not all that much, but oh well. Alright. 2 more attacks. Risa cast heal 3 again. And Lewis, you've run out of nukes, so fast. My character. Oh, that's another thing he can do, is he can cast Cure 4 on himself and completely heal off any damage you do. Which, that's some real garbage luck I got there, that he actually decided to do that. That is, it's like, I thought I was gonna be salted last episode, but oh man, if you're gonna do that. Wow, my character is doing more damage than Brian. That is rare. This is a rare sight to see. Risa cast Fog 2, just so that I don't have a whole bunch of... And Lewis, I guess you can just use Ice 3. Come on, Brian. You can do better than that. I know you can. Fog 2 for armor up. Don't get why it's fog for a defensive spell. Alright. He is proving his final boss status. I can say that much. And I am running out of gas because it's been a long episode before this. Come on, guys. And doing 35 damage to him with a tier 3 spell. I might have wanted to do a little bit more grinding before I came here. Although I don't actually think that would accomplish a whole lot of anything. I mean, the most it would do is give me more spell charges for my tier 8 magic. But if we can keep that pace and do 300 plus damage to him, then maybe we can see some results. I get the feeling that he is going to cast Crack on us, or use the Crack ability on us, and just completely... Whoa! Or Brian could do 600 points of damage to him. That's more like what I expect from you, you dunce. Come on, guys. Just a little bit more. I think that was enough to get him down about halfway. You know, I was thinking that maybe I should just record this final boss fight at the tail end of the last episode, but no, this fight's going on long enough that I think I can get away with this being its own thing. Nice, and there we go. One last hit from Brian. Chaos is defeated, and now we watch as he slowly disintegrates into nothingness. Along with the background for some reason. I say for some reason, but it's probably because Chaos was the thing keeping this temple built up. And now that he's gone, the whole temple's crumbling down around us, with us inside it. But we'll be fine, right? Looks like we've gotten this chaos under control. The time loop is now broken. The 2,000-year-long battle is over. Peace prevails. And this text is not letting me scroll through it. Control of the 4 elements, the earth, the wind, the fire, and the water, again belongs to the earth. Garland's hatred burned for 2,000 years. That hatred led the 4 powers to this world. Chaos was created from those 4. Evil dominated the world and covered it in darkness. But it is over now. Wrong has been set right. The Light Warriors are returning. As they travel in time, the world returns to normal. Sarah and Jane wait for them. Of course, Garland does too. I guess he's not evil anymore? That's what I guessed. But then, when did it ever happen? Everything went mad in a day. The reason lies in the 2,000-year time loop. The 4 chose to become one force and fight against the four evil forces that set darkness upon the world. When the 4 returned, it will be to their past. All the signs of the battle with the forces will be erased. But the legend will live on, passed down by the dwarves, the elves, and the dragons. Passed on by peoples unsure where the story came from. The Light Warriors return from their journey back in time 2,000 years. The memories stored deep in their hearts will protect the world. Never forget the good and true. Never turn the four powers to the dark side. And truth will always live in the hearts of the people. The warrior who broke the 2,000-year time loop is truly a light warrior, and that warrior was you. May the orbs always shine. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Final Fantasy I on the NES. So yeah, we did it. We beat the game. The world doesn't remember that we actually were the ones to do it, which is a little bit of a strange thing considering all the hell we gone through. You know, I've had my moments of being nice and salty throughout this entire playthrough, but you know what? After all is said and done, I actually did like coming back to this game. You know, it's lumpy, it's ugly, and it's got moments of bad design, but honestly, there's just something real charming about this game that I find myself coming back to every so often. And honestly, if I can recommend that you play this game one way, it's either with an emulator or play remade versions of this game. But if you feel compelled to go back to this game just as is on the NES, you know, you probably won't have that bad of a time with it. You know, it is old and it has aged, but all things considered, it's still a fun enough time, and I'm glad I was able to play through it. But I am looking forward to moving on to Let's Playing a game that I am fonder of and know better, and I'm not having to stumble around using walkthrough constantly for every area. But yeah, so that's the main story of Final Fantasy I on the NES. I have one more episode I need to record because there's one last fight that is arguably a lot harder than Chaos that I still have to show off. And I know I can do it because I did it well in one of my grinding sessions, but it's still going to be a thing. So tune in next time for that, and maybe one last very small thing, and then yeah, LP's done. So yeah, I hope you had a good time. My name is Zane, better known as the King Bahamut. I will see you for one last bonus episode, and then on to the next game, which I think I'm going to be looking forward to that next one, and I hope you will be too. Take care.